So we're now finally done with the pink pearl. Upon exit, you're going to be met with a brute splicer who's thwomping on what looks to be a leadhead splicer. A standard brute splicer strategy applies. In this take, he runs away. I'm not sure what happened. I get a bunch of fire in my face, and I get about 700 points of research, and that's all I care about. So, good riddance to him, wherever the hell he went. Doesn't really concern me at this point. You may have noticed the audio is a little bit better, a little bit cleaner on this. I was playing with some settings and I eliminated some of the background kind of hiss, if you want to call it that. It was subtle, but it was there. I think I tightened it up, and I think this sounds a lot better, but I don't believe I'm going to go back and re-record all the previous audio. So we're going to be doing a gathering coming up, but that's in a few videos. Before we can get to that, we have to take on some waves of mostly spider splicers back in that room with the key code door, which unlocks the second portion of this level. Again, Eve Hypo on top of the pink pearl balcony or awning, if you want to call it that. Right here, just searching out the health kits that are placed all over to get my health back up. Remember, 6 is now full. 6 in full doesn't sound quite as good as 5 in full, but we do need 6 to fill up. So I'm going to have about 45 seconds to just talk about whatever. Nothing major going on here. One interesting thing I did notice throughout my playthroughs is that when you come across other big daddies with little sisters, when they're gathering Adam from a body, or when they're near one of the corpses you can gather Adam from, it doesn't allow you to gather Adam because I guess, it registers them as having dibs on it, I guess. So I thought that was pretty cool when they're right up on one of the corpses that you want to gather Adam from. You kind of have to wait until they move away. Although, if another little sister harvests Adam from one of those bodies, it does not in any way diminish your ability to harvest it. So, top off your drill fuel if needed. You really don't want to be walking around with full wallet, because then you can't pick up the money that is everywhere. Pretty much on everybody. Everyone you kill is going to have money. So better to be low on money than low on ammo. Especially the drill fuel, since that's kind of a critical component of our strategy. Can't drill dash if you don't have fuel. So keep it topped up. Alright, so this is the room with the big kind of horde of splicers that are going to come at you. Now, just like that guy does, sometimes they drop down and then they jump back up right away. So it's kind of best to wait until they're actually coming at you to snap the photo. That'll give you a little more time to rack up the research. There's an Eve Hypo behind those grates, which you can TK out when you need it. So the key code, I believe that was in the audio diary that was on Daniel's body. That was kind of the whole point to go into the pink pearl to get that. You don't actually have to listen to it or look it up, because once you get it, it will be on the little piece of paper on your key code input screen like you see there. Alright, so the strategy for this fight, I'm going to throw out some mini turrets. I only put out 2 at a time because I noticed when I threw a bunch out, they would start blowing up for no reason. whether there actually was no reason or I just don't know the reason, either way. So I keep 2 out at a time. When those get taken out, I'll throw out more. Mini turret ammo is scattered throughout the level, so if we don't use them, then we end up leaving it behind. And remember, in this game, there's no going back. It's all one-way travel on the trains. Unlike the original, where you could come back to basically any level. Can't do that here. So whatever you leave is gone forever. Now I'm just using 50 caliber rounds for these guys. As always, they're going to be preoccupied with the machines you put out. In this case, mini turrets, which is the main use of the mini turret, is to distract them basically. And they will be taken out, so don't expect to keep your mini turrets alive the whole fight. There you can see increased movement speed, a nice perk of researching the spider splicer.
Your sin itself marches to meet you, beast, and its name is Legion.
Again, those 2 mini turrets got taken out, so now I'm just going to lay down a few more. Spider splicers are definitely the most annoying splicer in the game, in my opinion. Taken quite a few hits because of the research. I definitely rejoice when I finish research on any enemy type, especially ones annoying as a spider splicer. That you don't have to mess around with the camera, you can just get down to business and deal with them. So you're going to get to kind of like a halfway point. It's probably a little farther than halfway, maybe like a 3/4 or like an 80% waypoint. And then a brute splicer is going to jump up. We also have the perk from researching the spider splicer that allows us to use their organs like medkits. So you can have a little spider splicer liver. I don't think there's any Chianti, but there is various wines. And there is also canned beans. Now the label doesn't say if they're fava or not. I mean, they might be pinto. Here's that brute splicer. He jumps up, he's on fire. A Smokey Bear would not be happy. Apparently he forgot to stop, drop, and roll. Again, standard strategy, shock and dash. Make sure you research him because he ultimately has the Armored Shell 2 tonic that we want, and I actually get it. The very last brute splicer in the level gives it up to me. But if you're not quite that far with the research, you'll get it in the next level, so no problem. And loot the bodies, and we're going to continue on in the next video.